Today we are diving in the glorious Black Sea off the coast of Bulgaria, and we are with Valentin, and he is an 8-time Bulgarian champion, and he says this place is full of corvina. They are absolutely everywhere. That suits us just fine. Cannot wait to get stuck into this.
This is the best way.
Yeah. Okay, this boat ramp is too steep, so we're going to use a crane to launch the boat. I see what the straps are for now.
We are at the port of Primorsko. It's a small port and a small town, but very beautiful, very nice. We are going to dive on the north from Primorsko in areas which are remote for the most of the people because they have no access with the car. The only way to reach them is by boat and hopefully find some corvinas. The weather is nice. It's perfect actually. The temperature of the water is 19-20 degrees. It's a good visibility, so I hope that we'll have nice fishing today.
It was like boating on a duck pond. You could have easily driven all the way to Ukraine with enough fuel.
It's hard to see where the water finishes and the horizon starts. It's so flat. Conditions don't get any better than this. Flat seas, good visibility, autumn, no other boats around. Just need some fish, and I need to not panic and do what I always do with corvina and miss them.
I was impressed how clean the water was, certainly anything but black. Interestingly, the Black Sea has around 17 grams per litre of salt compared to the Mediterranean Sea, which has around 34 grams per litre. This means you don't need as much lead on your belt as you are less buoyant. This is considered brackish water, which means some marine species won't live here, but others will thrive. There were loads of these jellyfish getting about, and after getting the air out of my wetsuit, it was time to find some fish. With Hannah behind the big camera, we set off to a place Valentin thought we might find some corvina. You can tell he knows the area well when he's explaining the exact details of where the fish will be sitting. It was just as he had said, corvina sitting on the slope side of this rock. With both of us taking a fish from this spot, we moved on to another area. This place seemed to harbour a variety of jellyfish, and even a big ray was cruising along in the shallows. The structure here was remarkable. Steep walls of stone that were totally covered in mussels. Valentin said they are great to eat, but so plentiful, not many people bother with them. Living amongst the mussel-crusted boulders, corvina and damselfish are in abundance. Once again at the next spot, Valentin explains which hole the fish will be in. Not exactly the shot placement I was after, but this hole was at an awkward angle. Another tasty corvina added to the stringer. It was now time to see how an 8 times Bulgarian spearfishing champion approaches hole hunting. He certainly made that look easy. Hannah has progressed so much along this trip with her diving and loves using the big underwater camera rig. I could not be more proud of her, especially with dives like this. Valentin told me there was usually a big shoal of corvina at this next spot, so I told Hannah to come down with me to see them. It was around 16 meters to the bottom. I didn't see any out in the open, so figured they might be hiding in these cracks. I quickly spot some and signal for Hannah to come over and check them out. They were hiding away inside the crack, but figured Hannah would be right behind me at this stage and could look down. I saw she went up and then saw what she saw. Sometimes you just can't see the forest for the trees. What an incredible sight. For anyone watching that doesn't fish in the Mediterranean, you need to understand that you just don't see shoals like this. Maybe 100 years ago, but certainly not in my lifetime.
I know, I looked up and I was like, oh, there's quite a few. I wonder if Hannah saw them.
That's why he's like, you don't need to go over, you'll see them.
I was looking in the crack and then I looked up and I was like, oh wow, there's a lot. Yeah, there's one big one in there.
Back down to try and find a standout fish. With a healthy stringer, we returned back to the boat for some lunch and then moved to some very shallow areas. As I was swimming into this cove, I noticed a big corvina heading into the shoreline amongst these boulders. It was only 3 meters of water. Was this a dream? I couldn't believe how shallow and close to the shoreline I was.
It's a nice fish.
It seemed that this shallow cove was loaded with big corvina. This one was over 1 kilogram.
That's better.
That's nice.
Valentin had one last secret spot for me to try and locate a stud corvina. I also wanted to try out his Bulgarian-made carbon fiber spear gun built by the legendary Yavor sub.
That's over a kilo.
I knew that this was the last fish of our 10-week trip, and what a way to end with this personal best corvina of 1.5 kilograms. A fish that has eluded me for many years, and finally here in the Black Sea, they are in abundance.
More than 1 kilo?
Yeah, 1.5 kilos.
Maybe I can beat Kevin's club record.
I did not manage to beat Kevin Daly's club record of 1.8 kilograms. I put the spear gun down for the trip and had a few last dives with Valentin and the big camera.
Valentin, thank you very much for an absolutely magical day out here in the Black Sea.
That was the point.
Yeah, finally, corvina in absolute droves of them. This place, magnificent. I've never seen anything like it. Very unusual landscape, very different to anything else I've experienced. Low salinity, good visibility, good company. Thank you so much for having us, Valentin.
You're welcome, anytime. I hope to see you again.
Hope to see you in England sometime, or Australia.
Oh, hopefully. It will be great.
The Black Sea is a unique place to dive with its brackish water and swarms of corvina. I'd have to say it was one of my favourite days spearfishing ever. With the wind picking up for the afternoon, we headed back to the port of Primorsko.
A wee bit chilly now, Han.
It's just my toes. Freezing.
And just like that, 10 weeks of spearfishing around Europe had come to an end. Thank you so much for coming along on this adventure with us. It's truly been a trip of a lifetime. We dived in Spain, France, Croatia, Montenegro, Albania, Greece, Turkey, and Bulgaria. You can go back and start watching the entire journey, starting in Spain with this playlist here. We visited 14 countries, drove 7,600 miles, and listened to just about every podcast known to man. We'll see you on the next adventure.